Well, good morning. What is going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. It's hump day. Shout out to you guys for being up in here. Man, where do we begin? Where do we go? What are we doing? Boy, I got no idea how this Bobo is going to go. That's why I titled this, I have no idea what to title this today. I had a couple of different ideas, but I just went with that. Usually when I do the Bobo title, I'll have the ideas for what we're going to talk about on the Bobo. I've actually got a pretty decent little set of notes right here in case we need them. But I never have the title. And the title always comes to me literally like right as I'm getting ready to go live. It's just like usually whatever thought that's like right there on my mind. For example, one thought that was on my mind was I need a haircut. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to do that. Another thought is I'm freaking tired. And I got good sleep last night. So there's that. But shout out to you guys for being up in here. I hope your day is going good. Man, there is so much to share with you guys. And I want to start with this because, like I said, I got a feeling we're going to end up somewhere else. Shout out to you guys who took the time to check out yesterday's video. I mean, it really wasn't even that strong of a video. I didn't even see the video at all. I just filmed it. Cody edited that video start to finish, so shout out to him for that. It's not very often that I don't see any of the video, and I just didn't get a chance to. The way the days have been going lately is we'll do the Bobo, we'll film a video, and then I'll end up at the house. I usually end up at the house about 12 o'clock, and I spend a couple of hours over there. In yesterday's video, you saw day number 1 where I really didn't get too much done. Really just cleaned up. All that. Well, yesterday would be day number 2 over at the house, folks. And like, man, I swear to you, there's like so much that's always going on over at this fucking house. It's like, man, you can't even expect it but to be some other fucking crazy shit on a daily. And sure enough, the video that I filmed yesterday from the house, like I don't even really want to let too much of the cat out of the bag in relation to that. But there's quite a bit. I got quite a bit of work done by myself. I'm completely, aside from my general contractor and his crew, I'm the guy. And that's it. And if I don't know what it is or how to do it or how to fix it or how to, put it together, I'm going to Google it. So I got this whole punch out list, right? Got this whole punch out list of things that I wanted to get done. And these aren't even everything, okay? These ain't even like all of the things. We ain't even got like the fucking broken HVAC on the list. But like, I'll give you a couple of ideas. Like the light switch in the living room. We need 2 light switches right there. Well, I didn't understand how this shit was set up. So I dick around with that for a little bit, can't figure it out. I end up watching a YouTube video last night and did a lot of research. Forget a YouTube video, I was just Googling this shit. And I kind of got an idea of what I think is the way you're supposed to do it. I mean, I'm gonna attempt it. If it doesn't work, then it's plan B, which is, try to figure something else out. So there was that. Another thing was the wiring ran for the range, aka the stove. So that was something that I didn't understand. But Googling it, I figured out the answer really quick. And what the answer is, the short of it is the shit is fucking wrong. Yo, the shit is wrong, man. Like, it's the wrong fucking wire. It's not code. There is a specific code for what your range wire needs to be. It needs to be an 8.3 wire, I think is what it is. And it's not an 8.3. It's like a 6.2. And like all of this wire is just, it is what it is. But neither here nor there. So there's all of that. Shout out to everybody up in here. When you guys end up seeing that video from day number 2 over at the house, man, like showing up at the house, I could never have been prepared, I guess. Maybe I should have been. I could have never been prepared for what I would see immediately getting to the house. But I'm not going to talk about any of that. So there's that. Today will be a busy day for us. Got some videos to get filmed. We got a lot of videos filmed. Today we got a prison-related news story video. Those things haven't really been performing all that great, but it is what it is. I enjoy doing those videos. It's also a sponsored video. I ask all of you to please, just understand why, we got to do the sponsorships. We got to. We need the help. Keek asked, I still got the boat. Yep, it's a paperweight in the backyard. Butter, shout out to you for the subscribe. Shout out to the other subscribe as well. Thank you, guys. We're going to have this goal up here every day. Pay no mind to it. I'm not going to sit here and plug this thing every day, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Psycho says, hey, Joe, are you feeling getting your hands dirty and doing the work yourself fulfilled? I actually say that exact word. I do feel fulfilled doing this. I ran across another pretty decent sized problem over at the house yesterday. We got some real decent subfloor rot. I was cutting out flooring yesterday, and I'm going to do that repair myself. I mean, that's pretty simple. It's a bitch trying to get that flooring up. There's two spots where I'm thinking that we have that issue. One is in the hallway to the front bedroom. Wait until you see how bad that is for real. And the other one is in the back bedroom. And I'm pretty sure that's rotted too. It's right around the bathroom, so I can imagine they've had some water damage pretty decently. Shout out to you, Patriots Nation. Bob Vila, you better bet it, man. You better bet it. So there's that. John Scully, shout out to you. We did a mail time video too. We opened a bunch of mail. John Scully, we got the blades. Thank you so much for those. Those are going to really help out. We got a really cool gift. I almost wanted to have it on the Bobo today, but I'm going to wait for the mail time video to come out. We're going to use this thing quite a bit, just like those saw blades. And you guys are going to get a kick out of it. We're going to use it on the Bobo first and wait until you see it. It'll pop up in a video too. Andrea says, will the GC help you with the electrical? Yep, he's going to definitely help me with the electrical. I'm going to need the help. I obviously don't know too much. I'm reading all about code and what's right and what's wrong. And there's certain things that I am questioning, like, is this the right way to do this? Because let me tell you one thing that is very scary that I read yesterday. And that is, Jake Hunt, shout out to you from Craddock. It's funny, I was writing a rap song yesterday, and I said, they told me I ain't know what to do with the house. I had motherfuckers from Craddock smoking crack in the attic. Come on, what's that about? They told me they wasn't. They started crying. Okay, now I got doubts. Brian said he was buying an HVAC, and then he peeled out. Something along them lines. Something along them lines. So there's that. Lockerhead says, fuck the code. That is for OSHA certified. Look, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I do not want anything to not be right in this house. Because one thing that I read yesterday that was really fucking scary was, just when we sell the house, God willing, we make it to that point and we do good on the house. We deserve to do okay. We deserve to see some sort of a profit. I'm not trying to get rich off this damn thing. I'm just trying to see something. With everything that we've gone through, we deserve to see something. And I still feel like we will. Surprisingly, we are still within the budget. Oh, Lockerheads, I got you. Tammy, shout out to you. Did y'all like that though? Them bars were like that, man. So anyways, I read this, and this freaked me out a little bit. Just because we sell the house doesn't mean that we're done with the house. Even when the house is no longer ours, we're responsible for that house forever. Forever, folks. So let's just say 5 years down the road, there's a goddamn electrical fire. Well, guess what they're going to do? They're going to come back and say, well, who owned the house before? And that'd be me, boss. That'd be me. So ain't that crazy, though? That's crazy, right? It's fucking crazy. So that was a little motivation for me to continue to make sure that everything is right. But I had a long conversation with my homeboy Connor. I'm doing dinner with my homeboy Connor. We do this Wednesday thing, me and my wife, him and a date, whoever he's got. And he, Connor's probably the most eligible bachelor on After Prison Show. Career man, making probably six figures. Homeowner, certified tattoo artist, good looking guy, no homo. So there's that, right? But anyways, I had a long conversation with Connor, and we were talking about electrical, and I basically spent the conversation just bitching. God damn. Motherfuckers say they can do this and do that, and they'll give you a price like they know what they're doing, and then turn around, they ran the wrong fucking line for the electrical. I mean, for the stove. You can't use you can't use a damn 2 conductor, 1 ground line for a stove. You need 3 conductors and a ground. That shit is code. But you ran it anyways. And I asked Jellico about this because I'll just put it out there. It was Dave with the dreads that did that. Bizzle, yeah. And I ain't blasting him, Maybe it's my fault. According to Jellico, it is. Because he says, oh yeah, I told him, I said, hey, Jellico, we ran the wrong fucking line for the goddamn stove. So now we got to refish the whole fucking line from the fuse box. All that shit's got to come out. That ain't right. So he says, well, Joe, if you remember, you bought the wrong line. But he said he could make it work anyways. Oh, okay. Maybe it is my fault. But if you knew it was the wrong line, why would you use the wrong line? You know what I mean? Why? Why would you do that? So there's that. Jersey said you got to get one professional. My homeboy Sean, that is my professional. That is my professional. So we got that. Sam, good morning to you. APS Army, good morning to you. Special shout out to you guys. To the person who sent me the email about the Earth Cam, if you're up in here, I don't know if you even rock with the Bobo. Special shout out to you. Never again. I've been seeing your emails, and I'm going to look at those emails. I know you just sent an awesome gift. Please forgive me for the delay. It's been busy. It's been hectic. But I will get with you, and I do want to give you a special shout out. So thank you for being up in here. And to everybody else up in here, special shout out to you guys. All right, so, it is what it is. Look, one thing about it, like when you see the video from yesterday, y'all ain't even gonna fucking believe it, like how much more crazy shit is getting. And it's almost like at this point, like we are fucking just numb to the situation. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Like what I walked into yesterday made me shit on myself just a little bit. And you'll see it. And my reaction to it is pretty, like, I'm not even fazed by it. And this is a huge deal. Yo, the title alone for this video, if we just went with that right there, how can I tell you, like, I don't want to tell you. I just got to wait because that wasn't on the plate for today. Susie, special shout out to you. Thank you for being up in here. Brandon, notice how everyone that Jellico introduced you to has completely fucked you. I ain't gonna put it on Jellico, man. Jellico tries, man. Maybe Jellico's just, the company. Testing. Are we okay? Holy shit, that was crazy. Like on my screen, it was like network error. I'm like, what the fuck is going on there? So, anyways, I'm going to do something because I expected this to go a completely different way, okay? And I wasn't looking forward to this, but it is what it is. So I'm going to do this in a way that I guess is the best possible way that I can do this, right? I had to refresh the page. I know we got a decent amount of people in here, and we've been having a decent amount of people up in here daily. So I appreciate you guys being up in here, but I feel like a lot of people was waiting for my reaction. A lot of people was waiting for Joe to go spasmatic and all that good shit. I'm gonna do my best to not do that. I want to try to explain some stuff, and I've even got like like some very, very serious notes on this situation. I don't know if you guys can read this from the back, but we're talking paragraphs here. Paragraphs, right? Man, I'm working on the house. I'm, handling shit yesterday. We got a sponsorship back. We got that approved. That got denied the last time. Like, they said that I didn't do it well enough. And it's not about that. Our views ain't that great for these sponsorships. So when you're getting like 20 and 30,000 views on a video, they don't really care. Jersey, I typed it. But I know you're fucking with me. So anyways, busy days, feeling fulfilled, getting myself into the groove of trying to learn the work, do the work. Never was about being lazy. It was just about trying to kill a couple of birds with one stone, put some guys to work, do the wrong thing, which is trust them to be able to do the work unless they're a professional. Whatever. We're in the situation we're in. We will get beyond it. We're currently working to doing that. Tomorrow, my general contractor really begins at the house.
And Connor
and folks, we're talking major change. All the windows getting replaced, the siding's getting done. The house is going to be a completely different color. All right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share with you what I feel like some people are up in here for, and this is my response. But I'm going to do this in a way where I'm going to try my damnedest to not blast. And I feel like I am justified to offer my response because it was not me who let the cat out of the bag. It was one party in question. Okay? And here's the crazy thing. Like, I'm on social media all day yesterday, and I'm feeling like, for whatever reason, I get this feeling like, something is going to get posted, right? Somewhere, somehow, TikTok, wherever, something is going to get posted. And I'm getting ready to go to bed, and it does, and I am just, I kind of like lose my shit a little bit. I get mad. And I'm going to share with you some answers. I'm going to share with you guys my response, all right? And my feelings and where I'm going in relation to the situation from here, okay? So this is what I say. I get mad because I've got every right in the world to be mad about this situation, right? I feel, man, like, where do I even start here, right? I think the biggest reason why I'm mad, first and foremost, is because when the cat comes out of the bag, per se, it does so in like a indirect type of way. And then there would be some clarification to that eventually later, right? But when the cat comes out of the bag, I need you guys to know this, okay? This is from me to all of you, and this is my take. Think about the story that I shared with you guys on, think about the story that I shared with you guys about everything that happened over the weekend, right? I mean, those were play-by-play replays of what took place over at that house, right? Straight shit show. So when the cat comes out of the bag, there is never any kind of like, nobody reaches out to me, right? There's nobody who reaches out to me who's involved in this and says anything. So my first initial thought, knowing that, and I know, okay, we can say whatever we want to say. Oh, they're embarrassed. Oh, they're ashamed of themselves. Oh, this, oh, that. How could they face you, Joe? I mean, shit, you could send me a message. You ain't got to face me. But there's none of that, right? There ain't none of that. And instead, what there is this, what I refer to as seeking immunity. Seeking immunity on the internet, right? You don't reach out to me. You go straight to the motherfucking guilt trip, to the sympathy card. Because you know people gonna feel for you. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing that I want to say. I'm immediately at a 10 in terms of my, like, how mad I am about the situation. You know, you don't reach out to me first and say anything. You just go straight to the world. And you just...
Joe, you have every right to be mad and to be hurt. If I made you feel different with my comments, I apologize. Hunter's Cheer 100 bonus 20.
So 47, baby. I really like your comment talking about it's up to the people involved to stand up and own it. And Nibby, you're right. I got every right to be mad. And that's what it is. Bizzle says you don't owe anyone shit but you and your wife. And thank you for that. You know what I mean? Never Again says conning the internet is pretty fucking easy. You know, and look, this is what it makes me even madder. This is what makes me even madder, right? You go seeking fucking immunity, like from this situation. Feeling like, you know, people gonna feel sorry for you. You don't even own it at first. You make some fucking cockamamie motherfucking indirect bullshit post. And I don't like that. Fucking stand up and own it. If you're going this route, then own it. Hi, my name is such and such. And I was involved in the situation. Everything that Joe said was absolutely correct. There's that. But you don't go that route. You don't reach out to me and say, hey, man, I don't know how I could ever fucking apologize enough to you. What you do is you go post some bullshit on the internet. So let's move on past that, okay? Where you don't own it at all. Not initially. And see, what happened was, let's just be real about this situation. Though I didn't blast this individual, I boxed them into a corner. You know, I wasn't really... honestly, at that point, I didn't give a fuck about this person. And I don't give a fuck about this person at all now. And bear with me, because I know some of y'all going to be like, damn, Joe, what the fuck? Bear with me. So here's the deal, right? In the past, when shit has hit the fan, you know, Joe will get right there and be like, here's what happened. Did it with Yanni, did it with Big Dave, did it with Remy. You know, I kind of believed Remy, but I was probably wrong about that. Like, I'll immediately get there and I'll own it, right? And then it was like, oh, Joe, you blast everybody. Brian, oh, Joe, you blast. So I didn't want to go that route, but I was absolutely justified to try to recoup something, considering I'm paying two people to do a job who I would still end up paying. Did I tell y'all that? That I still gave these motherfuckers money so that they can continue their fucking little crack smoking party? So there was that. And you know why I did that? I did that because I wanted to be absolutely... I didn't have to do it, right? Because you got to imagine, I paid these dudes what I said I was going to pay each one individually. And they started working supposedly at 11:45. And by 1:30 in the afternoon, no, by about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock, somewhere right around there, the whole shit hits the fan. And here I'm paying you for a full day, but all you did was smoke crack in my house. But, you know, we'll get to that. So in the past, I would address these situations, right? And I'd be like, yo, here's what they did. This is what they did. I'm sorry, you know, hey, maybe my fault some kind of a way. But in this situation, I tried to do it a little bit differently. But, you know, still, I probably left this person feeling like they had no choice but to come clean. And there were other parties that were, you know, in communication. And, you know, shout out to those people who still root for and want to see, you know, somebody succeed. And I always want to see somebody succeed. But in this particular situation, let me get a little deeper. I was made aware, actually the only information that I received after the fact, I was made aware, a little birdie would end up putting in my ear, that this was not wanting to be addressed because of the ramifications. Okay? Cool deal. Whatever. Now I want to say this too. I need you to pay attention to these words I'm about to tell you. I've heard that before. Keep that in your head. So at this point, I don't have no forgiveness, no sympathy. And in fact, what I feel like is if I owe you anything, I owe you a bill. Because let's be real here, folks. How much do you think it's going to cost me to get that HVAC return box fixed? That could be anywhere. That could be $100, $500. I don't think it would be no more than that. But, we're talking a couple $100 easy. Easy. Ain't nobody coming out to do nothing for less than that. Now, let's be honest. My homeboy Connor's going to do it for free. But that's neither here nor there. So if I owe you anything, I owe you a $500 bill. You know what I mean? But you could pay me that money and I still wouldn't be okay. You know what I mean? I still wouldn't be okay. I'm not going to be okay with this. So there's that. And why? Because, the way that you went about what you did after the fact, seeking sympathy on the internet from people that, oh God, it's almost like I create monsters here. You know what I mean? So there's that. For that, I consider that some bitch ass shit right there. And I could have outed this dude fully. I could have done that because the story's so much deeper than you guys even know. But I didn't. So, at this point, I'm washing my hands. I'm washing my hands. I'm not asking any of you to do that. I'm not trying to convince you guys one way or another how you should feel. That's not my place to do that. I'm just simply telling you from my perspective, don't go asking me in the future for no updates. At least at this point, that's where I'm at with this. And also, I need to say this. I have adopted a one-strike policy. One strike, that's all you get. You get one strike. There was another guy I gave one strike to. He'll never work, not another day, not with me. Maybe on a moving gig or something like that, but he'll never work. I paid him, left the job, came back, he didn't do what I asked him to do. I mean, we're talking simple shit. Remove some trim. And this guy hits me up at least once a week now. Used to be a lot more than that. Hey, man, you got any work? Guilt trip, guilt trip, guilt trip. And I ain't responding. I ain't got shit to say to you. Because I am in a situation where I've tried to help by putting people to work and all of that. And I've gone about the wrong way. I should have been there. I should have never left. You're right. Need to be a supervisor on site all the time. I just can't forgive anymore. Like, it's been too many things. So there's that, right? And maybe that's harsh, the whole one strike policy. But I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care. And to be honest with you, in this particular case, I've given this person, this is their second strike. Yeah. So when you go on the internet trying to pity party shit, trying to kind of let the cat out of the bag, I mean, shit, tell the whole story. Tell the whole story. But I won't go any further with that. So, am I right or am I wrong? Like, am I justified to feel this way? So much madness about this? Well, let's just say this. Here's where we're at. You know, when you talk about this final strike, it wasn't just you didn't finish the job that I paid you for. Nah, fuck that. This was a major strike. You completely disrespected me by getting high on a job that I am paying you to do. So I'm paying you to smoke crack? Is that what I'm doing? Then you're going to sit there and lie in my fucking face about it. I'm not doing it. No, you got the wrong guy. And then you're going to lock me out of my own fucking house. You know, you're in my house doing this? For the love of God, don't you know about After Prison Show? I mean, you must know about it. Maybe you've forgotten about it. Maybe that's not the first thought on your mind right now. But when you talk about this final strike, the disrespect level was, beyond reproach. And also, the damage that you caused not only emotionally, pissing me off, embarrassing me, but the damage that you caused literally, there's that. So that's all I'm going to say about the situation. And that's it. I wanted to offer some kind of a response. I'm trying to do so in a way that's not blasting. I'm still not putting a name to this. And there's that. And I think that I'm doing good enough with it. You know what I mean? I don't owe you nothing, but by still not even putting a name to it, I'm okay. So franchise says don't beat yourself up. I ain't never going to beat myself up. I mean, you know, last night I'm tossing and turning in the bed because I keep seeing it is what it is. So moving on. Andy Joe needs a hug. APS Army, shout out to you, man. Never again says that truth always comes out. Maybe. So, moving on, folks. Yesterday was a fulfilling day over at the house, and man. How do I continue from there? I mean, we went pretty hard right there. How do I continue from there? Well, I guess I can tell you. I guess I can tell you this. Fuck it. I was going to hold off on this, but it is what it is. So I would go to the house yesterday, and you'll never believe like what it was. Oh my God, you'll never believe what I saw at the house. Was it drugs? No. I don't even get in the house before I see a bag on my doorknob. A bag on my doorknob. Boy, that sounds a little crazy right there. And it's from the police. So how do we title this video? I'm not going to tell you any more than that, but how do we title this video? The cop stopped by. That might do some numbers. The police left this at the house. Wonder what it was. Anonymous, shout out to you for them gift subs right there. So, yeah, that was the first thing that I had to walk into, man. And, you know, when I tell you that it was an oh shit moment, oh shit. And something is going to have to happen now, and it's going to involve Joe. It was a warrant. And I'll leave it at that. There was a warrant, man. There was a goddamn warrant on the door. Whose name was on the warrant? Who were they looking for at the house? There was a fucking baggie left with the police department fucking badge on that shit. And this is what they said. It said, important court paperwork inside. Please don't throw this bag away. Keep it in your car and use it to collect litter with. Shit. So we got a warrant at the house. I think to myself, had I been there when they showed up, I'd have ran out the back fucking door. I'd have been gone. Police, we got a warrant. God, can you imagine what the neighbors are thinking? I mean, just Saturday, we're having a motherfucking Jerry Springer moment up in the house. And now, yesterday, Tuesday, we got the police coming and trying to serve a warrant. Oh my God. What's going to happen when the fucking new potential home buyers go and try to talk to the neighbors? Because that's one thing that they tell you should do. You should get a feel for the neighborhood. Go talk to the neighbors. Ask the neighbors what they think of the neighborhood. Yeah, there was a guy that was, a victim of a home invasion a year ago, got shot all up in his face. He got killed right across the street. Yeah, that's where that happened at. But that house that you looking at right there, ain't that bitch used to be on the Bad Girls Club? Ain't that the fucking real world of goddamn convicting felons house? Because shit, the stories I could tell you about what's been going on there. Yeah, we watched the guy run around the corner of the house with an HVAC unit. Had the police show up. I'm guessing somebody was doing drugs up in the house because, we heard this whole big old commotion. Damn. Pumpkin Queen says the house is already a reality show. Son of a bitch. Elwood says, can you talk louder? I can't hear you. I feel like that is being a little... I feel like you're making fun of me for yelling. So, there's that. All right, I'm going to move on, and I'm going to share with you some other stuff. So, I'm doing dinner tonight with my homeboy Connor. I told Connor the other day on the phone, Sunday afternoon, I was filming the video that you guys saw Monday, the shit show. I was filming that video on Sunday, and prior to even getting up in the house, I had a long conversation with Connor. And I told Connor, I said, you know, you're the only fucking friend that I've got left that I actually trust. The only friend I trust. And I mean, that's probably not completely correct. There's other people, and I don't want to name names because then I'm alienating those who could potentially be involved in the wrong shit. But Connor is one of the few people that I trust, right? Came home, got his shit together, you know, got a career, making good money, licensed tattoo artist. I mean, who does that? Not a lot of people do that, right? Come home from prison and really pursue the tattooing thing and really go and try to get the license. And I remember when Connor was apprenticing and trying to become an apprentice. He wasn't that great of an artist. I mean, he was better than me, but I mean, I'm not that great anyways. And I remember like he started at this fucking crack shack tattoo shop that he couldn't stand. And then he ended up, after that, he ended up at another one. And then he ended up at the one that he's been at. A really prestigious tattoo place. And they've taught him a lot. His art has gotten better. Like I said, Pumpkin Queen, I probably, and CBS, like I can't name drop. I'm just saying what I said to Connor. I am wrong by saying that he is the only friend that I trust. There are others. But I don't want to mention any names because then I'm alienating those that I don't. So anyways, I was having this conversation with Connor on Sunday, and, you know, we don't get a chance to feature him too often on the show. But man, if I get the opportunity to share with you what he is going through right now, Illuminati, shout out to you. Thank you, Anonymous. I mean, it's fucking crazy. It's a video that wouldn't do dick, right? It deserves to do it, but it probably wouldn't do it. But I want to share this with you. It's probably not my place to share it, but whatever. So Connor worked, he's done really good doing the tattooing thing, licensed tattoo artist, or so I thought. So I thought. And in fact, so did he think. Because you see, Connor's taken his tattooing test, passed his tattooing test, and all he's been waiting for is his tattoo license to come in the mail, right? He's done everything that he's supposed to do, right? Well, Connor would tell me, he was like, yo, you know, I got to go to court sometime soon, and I don't know when, and it's all the way in Richmond. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He was like, you know, they've denied my tattooing license 3 times. 3 times. The dick-eating state of Virginia has denied my tattooing license because I'm a convicted felon. Now, let's, you know, offer up some footnotes to all of this. Connor has gotten his fucking rights restored. Like, I only know 2 people who have done that. Him and my general contractor. He's gotten his fucking rights restored. He hasn't gotten his record expunged, but he's gotten his rights restored. The man makes about as much money as a motherfucker up in the courtroom makes. Not the judge, but maybe like a court-appointed. Well, he makes more than that. You know what I mean? This man's got a fucking career. College education. He hasn't been in trouble in God knows how many years. However long he was in prison. However long he's been out of prison. We're talking probably close to 10 years. So, these motherfuckers want to deny him this tattooing license because he's a felon. So what he got to do is, he got to go to Richmond to a court date, but he can't get a lawyer Because they don't tell you the court date until the day before because it's just whenever they can get this shit on the docket. I don't know what's in Richmond. That's the capital of Virginia. Is it the state Supreme Court? Like, I don't know what court he's going to. The high court? I mean, we're talking some high court here. And what he's got to do is he's got to go in here and plead his case as to why he should be given this tattooing license. And he's that they've denied because he's a convicted felon. You know what I mean? You want to talk about a real fucking story? Think about all the guys that come home from prison who have dreams and aspirations of becoming tattoo artists. Here's a guy who's attempted to do it, but yet has been denied 3 times. And now all he can do is wait on this court date. And this shit has affected him in such a way where he don't even want a tattoo anymore. He's like, man, fuck this shit. Or at least he's thinking that, And that's not right. And I've seen the work that he's doing. He's doing good damn work. So he wants to take some character witnesses. And I said, well, look, Connor, I mean, you already know I'm the most well-spoken individual that I ever known. Ambulance. What other word? Salomon. Put me up in the motherfucking batter's box, coach. I'll goddamn motherfucking talk for you. And yeah, damn right I'm a convicted felon. I'm a motherfucking convicted felon too. I told him, I said, I don't know necessarily if that's a great idea or not. But, I'll go. And he's like, you know how hard it is to try to find character witnesses the day of? Hey, would you be a deer and ride 3 hours away to Richmond and go to court and go to bat for me and talk about the fact that, I'm a good person? That's an interesting fucking topic right there. And obviously, refrigerator, thank you, Jenny Cake Boss. Refrigerator, telepathy, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Anonymous. Still doing your thing. Can you imagine Joe going to this shit? I'm going to be dressed to the motherfucking nines. I'm talking about some guy. I'm going to be looking like I'm either going to represent somebody like I'm fucking Jose biased. Casey Anthony, Aaron Hernandez's lawyer, the most hated but most paid criminal defense lawyer on the planet. His Instagram be popping too, y'all. I'm going to go in that bitch looking like I'm Jose biased. Isn't that a baseball player? Batista. That's it. So, you know what I mean? I'm going up in that bitch looking like Jose biased. I know, Redskin Chris. I'm doing it on purpose. And I'm going to be looking like my cousin Vinny up in that bitch. Come out the courtroom, hire a bunch of fucking crackheads off of Craigslist to come and act like they're the paparazzi, act like they're the news media. I'm sure a lot of other YouTubers do that shit as well. Oh, God, the fucking cameras. You'll get your $7 an hour when we're fucking finished. You get a consolation prize for this gig as well. A piss test. Yeah, can you tell us how it went up in the courtroom? Well, I defended my client to the best of my abilities. And it all worked out. It all worked out. So, I mean, that's some really fucked up shit right there. But shout out to my homeboy Connor. And here's another crazy thing. I was talking to my homeboy Connor yesterday about electrical. I said, hey, man, do you know anything about fucking electrical? He says, well, I almost died the other day from electrical. I said, what the fuck did you just say? He says, I almost died. And let me share this crazy story with you. I'd really like Connor to share this. I almost died, not clickbait. I mean, this is some real shit. I can't remember when it was, but I know it was one time way back in the day. We actually showcased like the shop at the job where Connor works. And they do sheet metal fabrication for duct work and commercial HVAC systems, right? So this shop is pretty serious business. A lot of big time equipment up in this shop. Hell, I don't know. So anyways, Connor, for whatever reason, he was working on a piece of equipment. A piece of equipment he was using, he had to do something to it. I don't even remember what the piece of equipment was. And you know, there's a whole procedure for when you open up this piece of equipment. So when you open up this piece of equipment, you have to lock out, right? Which means you actually have to tape off, like you got to lock out basically. And if you ever worked in anywhere where you got to do the lockout procedure, I mean, it's serious business. You've got locks on, you know, switches to turn machines on, turn powers on. And what those locks stand for is individuals in those machines. I used to build scaffolding when I was younger. We used to work at paper mills and shipyards and things like that. So they would do these boiler shutdowns. And, you know, they would shut them down, clean them out, cool them off, and then we'd have to lock out and go in there and build the scaffolding up so they could test the piping and all that good shit. So Connor goes through the procedures of doing this lockout, tag out, Bizzle. Yep, that's right. And he does what he's supposed to do. So he opens up the machine, and I don't remember, like, I'm working as he's telling me the story. I should have been paying way more attention, but he says that he gets zapped. And he says it happens real quick. He says he gets zapped, and then that was it. And he says that after he got shocked, he didn't understand how he got shocked. He said it fucked him up for a second. He says, and he looks upon further inspection of this piece of equipment, some kind of way or another, this thing is hardwired to the electrical. So him locking out and tagging out didn't do shit because the machine was hardwired as well. Now, this probably doesn't sound like too much, right? But whatever this machine was had a lot of electricity going to this thing. And the way that he was explaining this to me was, he was like, you know, you're talking about enough electricity to grab you and hold you to where you can't talk. And the only way that you can get off of that is somebody got to pry you off of that bitch with a 2x4. He says, we're talking about enough electricity to have melted my boots to the ground. And he says that he can't understand how he got shocked and was able to get off of this. And he said straight up, he was like, yo, man, he was like, I mean, it had to be God. He said he asked everybody after the fact, you know, what they thought, electricians and all. And they said that it's a miracle that he's alive. A miracle that this thing didn't kill him. And I can't explain it. You know, how that he got shocked and it didn't grab him and hold him to it. But he got lucky. And I mean, that kind of fucked me up. I was like, damn, man. Like, I couldn't even, you know, the thought goes through your mind immediately when a friend is telling you something like that. Like, damn. You know, what if I'd have heard on the fucking news, man killed at such and such company, and then I see it on the news, and I'm like, damn. It reminded me of working at the concrete company when the dude got killed at the job. I saw the dude, you know, killed on the job. And then it also reminded me of a time when I was locked up and I was 18 years old. I told this story before. I said, you know, there's one day, old Joe, little pistol starter Joe, piece of shit, scum of the earth. I'm locked up in the jail for whatever reason. I pick up a Bible. I was never doing too much Bible reading at this point in my life. I still don't. I couldn't even tell you what my thoughts are. I like to believe. But anyways, this one day I pick up this Bible and I'm looking at the Bible and I'm thinking to myself, like, why did I just pick this shit up? Right? Why did I pick this up? And that kind of like stuck with me in my head because not soon thereafter I was watching the news in the jail. And I see on the news that this girl was killed in a car accident and she was, I don't want to say she was a good friend of mine. She was never really a good friend of mine. She was somebody that I knew pretty well because she was dating my friend at the time who I was friends with for like 7 years, who ended up being a real piece of shit and who had just recently came home. I was telling you the story about how there's certain friends that I try to steer clear of because me and this guy didn't do nothing but always get in trouble. When he came home from jail this time after doing like 3 years, I wanted to do something for him, like, throw him the pack, and the pack be like a stack, Here's something to help you get on your feet. And I never did it. I told him I would, and I kind of didn't hold up my end of the bargain. But, he told me what he was involved with when he came home, and it was selling. I don't know how to even say this. He was involved in illicit activities involving chicks, And I was like, yo, that's crazy, man. You can't be nowhere near me with this. We're talking about right around the time of the Robert Kraft massage parlor incident. How would this look? Fast forward, anyways, it wasn't too long ago. I think it was back in November, right around my birthday. Dude got locked up for that. Solicitation, all that type of shit. So, back to, being in the jail and seeing that in other news, 18-year-old Heather Kyle, she was killed in a car accident, which was the girlfriend of this dude back at that time. And now, you got to imagine, these people had a very, very toxic relationship. I don't know how much of this story I've ever really shared. I'll share, how toxic right now. So they used to always fight, and I mean fight. He would whoop her ass. The shit was wrong. You would try to intervene. He's trying to fight you. And then they would stab each other with not necessarily knives, but I remember she stabbed him one time with a barbecue, a hot dog skewer type of thing. Stab, ta! Fucking shanked his ass. And I mean, they fighting like two grown men, except it's not. It's a man and a woman, and shit is completely wrong. It's fucking wrong. So I had a trailer at this point, and my first place ever. And he would be there, she would be there. People would come over, we'd have parties, they'd see this shit going on, they'd be trying to fight him. I mean, just real bad time. Real bad crowd that I was hanging out with. So, because I was kind of a bitch, and because of the fact that, I considered this guy my friend, and I didn't know how to intervene in this situation for real. I remember this one night, I left the house. I was like, fuck this, man. I'm leaving my own house. I'm going to go stay with somebody else. And
person who was getting high in the attic, or they the same person who was drinking in? Hanging
Paralyzed,
out
shout
under
out
the
to you, man.
bridge.
Thank you very much.
You showed it in a video a few months ago.
What'd you say? Without name dropping, can you confirm or deny this person who was getting high? I can't see the rest of the comment, and I don't know how to get to the rest of the comment. Oh, I can replay it. There it is. All right, what are you saying?
Yo, Joe, hope you have a good day, homie. Without name
I
dropping,
can't even read it
can
on
you
the screen.
confirm
Sorry.
or deny
I
this?
tried to reread it.
Person who was getting high in the attic,
right
are they the same person who was drinking in? Hanging out under the bridge. You showed it in a video a few months ago.
Okay, yeah, now I know what you're talking about. I don't, like I said, I just don't want to talk about it. So there's that. Sorry about that. But thank you anyways, Paralyzed. I leave the house this night because I don't want to be here for this crazy shit that these two people were doing. Anyways, I come back the next day. I think I might have shared this story, and there was blood everywhere. Did I tell you that? How it looked like a fucking murder scene in my trailer. I'm talking about blood footprints and blood splattered up on the wall. I mean, I had no idea what the fuck happened here. Long story short, blood trailing from the trailer, out the door, across the street, up the stairs. All right? To the next door neighbor, banging on the door. You could literally see this. You could follow the evidence. It was crazy. Cruz, and shout out to you. Thank you for all them gifts. Good Lord, boy, you did a lot right there. Shout out to you, man. That was really nice of you. So, I get in the house and it looks like a fucking murder scene. I'm freaking out. I'm like, yo, what in the hell just happened in this place? Hey, man, shout out to you guys helping us freaking double on the Bobo goal right there. Long story short, what I found out was dude had fucking pushed her and she put her hands out and went through a window, slit her wrist, and that's where all the blood came from. So I guess they were all freaking out trying to figure out what to do. She ended up going to the hospital, had to go to the emergency room. She lost feeling in her hand from this incident. What was even more crazy was she could have died from this. Thank God she didn't. And then, like, they come back later on that day, both together, like arm wrapped around each other type shit. I'm like, and this girl's in a sling, no feeling in her hand. And I'm like, yo, didn't he just push you through a fucking plate glass window? Fucking love, man. Fucking love. So, when the girl passed away, and I see this on the news, I'm like, damn. First thought that I got is to write my homeboy because he's locked up too. And, he would write me a letter. I wish I would have kept that letter. It's one that, one of many I probably wish I would have kept. Who knows? Maybe it's at my dad's house somewhere. I can't even tell you how many times I brought shit home from jail and prison to my dad's place. But, anyways, when she died, I wrote the letter. Dude, I'm sorry to hear about, Heather. Real fucked up situation. This dumb DEMFer would write me back and tell me, yeah, I'm broken up about it, but shit, at least I know she ain't out there cheating on me. I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck? So there was that. Crazy shit. Somebody said my life is like a movie. It's funny because I keep talking about books, cookbooks, YouTube, tell-alls. I had another idea for a book, and it was, just the stories. If you ever read the book, I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell, a bunch of short stories. That, it would be some funny stories for sure, but it would be some really fucking crazy stories too. Maybe the tell-all from Saturday. Crazy shit. Anyways, you guys forgive me a little bit. I mean, this has been a pretty crazy Bobo. I think it's been pretty good, but also I came onto the Bobo kind of like dragging ass. I've had 2 cups of coffee. I should be good. But, we've been going pretty strong. And literally, I woke up this morning after getting some good sleep, feeling sore as a bitch. Yesterday I'm sitting at this house tearing up floors. And it was fulfilling, but my lazy ass ain't really been doing a whole hell of a lot of work. However, every day from here on out until this house is done, that shit's going to change. I told somebody, and I think I said it in yesterday's video, or maybe, Silly Willie, shout out to you. Dub, shout out to you. Thank you, man. Yeah, I should, right? I said it in yesterday's video, or maybe in what I filmed yesterday. I can't remember. But I said, it kind of feels like what I'm doing over here is like that movie, The Notebook. Have y'all ever seen the movie, The Notebook? Where, dude's building the dream house for the woman to come back, and then she comes back, and I guess they live happily ever after. I wonder if you ever got that fucking house inspected. You know what I mean? Probably not. But, that's kind of what I feel like. I kind of feel like I'm in that movie, The Notebook. I'm Ryan Gosling. Isn't that who's in that movie? God, if I know that, I've gotten even more soft than when I was in prison. Jesus Christ. Joe, you know who starred in the Notebook? It was Ryan fucking Gosling. Guzzling. Something like that. But that's what I feel like. I'm building somebody's dream house. And the only difference is, for me, it's not much of a dream. It's a nightmare. Johnny says no, man. Hey, yo, real men watch The Notebook. Ryan Gosling like what your girl want to be doing. Shit, bars. As we wrap up the Bobo, let's leave it with a song. I've been writing a little bit of music. I got a new beat that I'm working with. This whack ass the baby beat. I don't got my. This shit's gonna be so fucking cringe. I don't even know how to catch this beat right here. But y'all hate my country music. I mean, we literally don't even have people up in here. When, look, Billy Bob, he's gone. He's like, we're going to the rap. We're going to the Brokeback. Yo, they told me I wouldn't even know what to do with the house. I caught motherfuckers from Craddock smoking crack in the attic. Come on. What's that about? They told me they wasn't and they started crying. Okay. Now I got doubts. Brian ran off with an HVAC. He told me he'd be right back. I fucked it all up. That's not going to work. That shit ain't going to fly. That's not what we do here. That's not what we do here. Let's go with one that I actually know. I cannot wait to get this goddamn song done. We got to listen to it every day until I get it right. Oh boy. This song goes out to you know who. I'm actually going to freestyle this.
Love it.
I'm going to freestyle this. We're gonna write a new verse right now. They were hiding in the attic smoking crack. Probably up their fingers in the ass blowing each other's back. They were hiding in the attic smoking crack. Had to go to the store, I said I'd be right back. Put a post on Facebook I thought was whack for crack. Crack! Go piss in this cup, you motherfucker, for crack. I liked it. Finger popping, one time for the one time. They were hiding in the attic smoking crack. I had to go to Lowe's. I told them I would be right back. Boy, you know, sometimes they say you have to laugh to not cry. Well, that's what I'm going to do. Gas station sushi, gosh, oh my, that's actually a really good name right there. I would never eat sushi from a gas station. They were hiding in the attic smoking crack. I'm going to make a music video. We're going to have some actors who can play these roles. Because we got to do renditions. We can't have the actual people unless they want to do it. Had to go to the Lowe's, said I'd be right back. Oh my God, this is how you get inspired to write music, folks. You write about what you know. You don't write about the kilos or the thug life for life, gang life. We learned that from Tekashi. He don't know, but now he does. Thought they had my back. You guys write the lyrics, I'll sing the song. That's what we're going to do tomorrow. We got to get that song done, folks. It's going to be one of them black and white Facebook videos. Oh my God, what did he just sing about? 10 million views. They crushed in my HVAC for crack. Oh, also, real quick, before we wrap it up, I am going to let you know, when you guys do see the video, yeah, I know, Tammy, I couldn't figure out how to make that rhyme with crack. But yeah, it's definitely got to be part of the song. When you guys do see the video about day number 2 working on the house, that video starts off showcasing the back of the box truck. What's in the back of the box truck? Probably a lot of proof about what was going on up in that attic. We're potentially going to be doing a video unboxing all of the trash in the box truck. So there's that. Silly Willie says, when are we gaming again? We're waiting on a game to come out right now. It was supposed to be out on Valentine's Day. It's not out yet. I got the horses in the back. You got to sing it like you're Ken Kniff, like Eminem's Ken Kniff, whoever that guy was. They were hiding in the attic smoking. All one syllable.
Rhyme. We got another
There's
apps
that.
member to subtract.
All right, folks, I got to go ahead and wrap this thing up. We got videos to get done. I'm going to be honest with you guys today. Today's video, it is a prison-related news story. It's also a sponsored video as well. I hope you guys will rock with it. The sponsorship's like 5 minutes fucking long. But there was a lot of shit I had to get to. I think it's genuine. I actually enjoy this game. It is Raid Shadow Legends. So if you don't got it, please use the link on the video to download the game. Help a brother out and download the game because, man, before long, ain't nobody going to want to give us no sponsorships. And when you got problems like crack getting smoked in your attic and HVAC's getting collapsed, you need some help. Had to start a GoFundMe to get it back, 'cause they were hiding in the attic smoking crack. Crack. Shout out to you guys. Chucky Gaming, shout out to you. Big Mama V8, to everybody up in here. Very special shout out to you guys. Make a clip. Make a clip, post it somewhere. You know what I mean? Have a good one. Gonna be a good day regardless. We're all here, so let's make it a good one. Have a great day. I'll talk with you guys again real soon. And look for that new LP to be dropping, boy. You couldn't be more inspired for a song to come out than I am right now. Got to get this shit done. Cody! Oh, shit, he's not here yet. All right. Have a great day, folks. I'll talk with you guys again real soon. And until then, peace.